So I finally got it removed. It does look like it affected the serging a little bit, not enough for it to really affect the seam. So the next thing you want to do is get rid of all your little strays. I was using a little teeny tiny pair of scissors for this, but they seem to be rather old and not wanting to work properly, so I've switched to the huge ones. Okay. So now that I have my elastic removed on both ends, I am going to grab the paper clip and just pull, and out it comes. There is your very old. So this is what your elastic, the length your elastic should be. So that is easily about double stretched out. Very, very not elasticy at all. I mean, there's really just no stretch to it. It's done for. So the easiest way to thread elastic is to, again, take your little safety clip, not your paper clip, might work, but probably be too difficult. Your little safety pin, put it in one end, take the non-safety clipped piece, and that's the part you're going to start with. You're going to sew the non-safety clipped side on. So you want to find where your elastic came off, which is clearly right there. You're going to put that on there. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could probably needle and thread this. It would be much more difficult. And I apologize, I'm having to do this on my phone, and I've lost my phone tripod, so I'm kind of having to rig this. You're fine, baby. Okay, so you obviously want a elastic that's going to match the diaper. I don't have a green elastic, so I'm just going to use white. I feel like that will probably blend the best. So I'm going to thread my sewing machine really quickly. If you don't know how to thread your sewing machine, I'd be more than happy to help you figure it out. You can FaceTime me, or we can do a video chat. I'd be more than happy to help you figure that out if you don't know how to work your sewing machine. Okay. All right, and we are threaded. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can maybe figure out how to get this focused on. Okay, so this is your foot. This is what holds the diaper on, and then under the foot there are little teeth. You want to be very careful that you don't drag the PUL too roughly across this. Obviously, it's sort of unavoidable, but you don't want to keep it exposed to the teeth for longer than necessary, because again, PUL is very, very delicate. Okay, so here is where I'm stitching, right here. So I'm going to take my elastic. I'm going to get my seam as flat as possible. I don't want to accidentally sew the diaper to the seam. So I'm going to put that under there. And then I'm going to stick my elastic on there, and I'm going to press my foot down, hoping that that will hold it there. Okay. All right, and then I use a straight stitch on a one length because this is such a small area to work. You can definitely, if you have a certain stitch that you prefer, I really did actually like the zigzag stitch for this. But on this particular sewing machine, it takes a while to go back to straight from zigzags. So a couple of my other pieces ended up with a zigzag stitch where it should have been a straight stitch. For instance, closing the leg casing. And I really don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to try this one with a straight stitch, but I will say the zigzag stitch did work, if that's what you prefer. And I locked it. Sometimes if you have not enough fabric under the foot for it to grab, it can get tangled up, which is completely normal.